go ahead and talk about Amazon. It has been an absolute monster. And so I'll let you kind of talk as to why we've seen Amazon. I think there's a couple reasons why, but the big main reason, why is Amazon moving this week?
What's wild is, so what happened this week is there's a $10 billion contract that the DoD had with Microsoft. Now, Amazon used to work with DoD. They lost the contract to Microsoft, and there was this litigation surrounding how Microsoft obtained this contract, particularly around the previous administration, and they felt like the DoD was swayed to choose Microsoft. Yeah. And so there's this ongoing litigation. And as far as I understand it, the DoD essentially was like, rather than try to deal with this litigation, we're going to pull out of this $10 billion contract. We're going to reopen the RFP, the request for proposals, and we're going to select a new winner of the contract. And they stated that pretty much the only two companies capable of honoring this contract would be Amazon and Microsoft. Yep. So Microsoft currently had it, lost it. So you would have to think, and the market tends to think, that Amazon should win this contract. Now, that doesn't mean that it's a foregone conclusion that it'll be one of those two. It just means it's highly likely. DoD is still going to search for other companies that have the capacity to do it. But if you're a betting person, it's probably going to be Amazon or Microsoft. Yep. And so that was the catalyst that came this week. And we talked about it, and you'll show on the technicals on the chart. I mean, Amazon has really been sideways for a year. Yeah. And kudos to the patience that anybody in our crew has had. We've talked about this. We felt like this needed a catalyst, but we felt like this was a $4,000 stock. We thought the split was going to be the reason that it set it off, but this $10 billion deal is certainly enough. And if they get that deal, it'll be interesting to see how the market reacts. Is this baked in, or will it continue to run? But it's looking really good.
Yeah, man. It just needed something to get up over that $3,500 hump. And you guys can see here, this is on the daily chart here using our Webull platform. You can see all the way back in August, it hit that 3,500, and then you guys know what happened in last September, and it's retested 3,500 several times. This time back in May, I actually put out a video on my own about how I thought it was going to break out here. Unfortunately, it did not. But ever since then, and ever since their latest earnings, really, this has started to make that move back up. And then it retested their 3,500 and consolidated here. You can see this is Fat Man Zoom, your favorite
cup and handle, baby.
Your favorite bullish pattern, which is a textbook cup and handle pattern. So then came up here, and then obviously we got the catalyst we needed, and just a monster breakout on Amazon. Had highs of 37, 34, 20. This has just been a crazy move, man.
Well, you know what's wild? What was July 1st? Can you just click on July 1st?
Yeah, July 1st. Right here. So it's just barely red on the day on July 1st.
So I got lucky. That was the day Mini Zoom. Remember I said I rebalanced and I got Amazon from Mini Zoom?
Yep. That was Friday, right? Last Friday?
Lucky devil. Yeah. It was on Friday. So, I mean, Fat Man Zoom special, Amazon, we've loved it. We continue to love it. We've talked about the absolute dominance of e-commerce, and why not get the top dog? Amazon is the clear leader. Another one that I don't want to stray too far away, but we'll come back to Amazon really quick. Big C, which is another e-commerce play, was on Stockwatch Sunday. For those of you who were able to capitalize on that had a great move yesterday and had another great move, a phenomenal move today. Yeah. But that being said, e-commerce is here to stay, and I think what we said was there was some like instability around it the first half of the year. I think the second half of the year is when these companies are going to start realizing, the market's going to start realizing like e-commerce is going to continue to dominate. Yes. And I think this is the beginning of that story for e-commerce.
I mean, how long have we been saying that coming out of the pandemic, the investors and analysts that thought that, you know, the brick and mortar was going to come back with a vengeance and that e-commerce was kind of dead? I mean, how many times did we say that habits were formed during the pandemic and they're not just going to drop off because people can go out and go shopping again? I mean, did some of the same store or in-store purchases go up? Yes. But e-commerce didn't slow down one bit.
Yep.
Not one bit.